Hello, Carl here with Sustainability Theory News. We're over at urbanorganicgardener.com and they're sharing a infographic that they found, and I'll go to that right now. Year-round gardening. Now, it does of course say you got to check your USDA plant hardiness zone map to see what plants will thrive or even just barely survive in your climate. Now, you can plant all sorts of things, even in cold winters. You can plant in the ground as long as it's workable. Of course, maybe January, February in the northern hemisphere might be a little tough to work in the ground. But if you drilled some holes before to transplant some trees in the dead of winter, as long as the trees are dormant, that's fine. Now, they do talk about other winter planting is garlic. Now, you usually plant that at the beginning of the winter and then harvest, or be really early winter, first week of November here in Michigan where I'm at. But onions and shallots, snap peas, they're all cold climate crops, as well as lamb's lettuce and perpetual spinach. But other spinaches handle spring and fall well. But you'll see down here in summer planting, there are no leafy greens. They do not do well in the summer heat as young crops. They do what's called bolting, which is basically the last step in its reproductive cycle before it starts producing seeds. Now, spring planting, you have your asparaguses, your parsleys, your radishes. Parsley has a very long germination period for their seeds. It does like a warm soil. In fact, I've had some success germinating parsley in the summertime, just with some good irrigation. Spring onions, spring cabbage, broccoli. Basically, if you can plant it in the fall, you can usually plant it in the spring as well. So that's important to know. And right here they have top 10 crops grown in the U.S. and their water needs. Tomatoes do require a lot of water, but typically I like the, not to give them a little bit of water every day, but a lot of water every 2 or 3 days. They believe they call it dry cropping too. When it's towards the end of its life cycle and producing more tomatoes, don't give it too much water. It might use that water to produce more leafy shoots rather than the fruits. Again, these plants produce fruits to produce seeds, to perpetuate their life cycle, to spread their genetics. So if they think it's towards the end of their life, then it's going to naturally want to produce more seeds or more fruit. And then there's some other stats about gardening in the U.S. Of course, I will link to this article in the description if you want to read more about it. And if you'd like to see more news headlines like this, subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.